Alright guys, welcome to a day 3 update, and I'm going to make this really short because I actually want to hop into the ad account and explain kind of the changes in what we're going to be doing from here. But real quick, when I did launch the ads and the lookalikes, after day 2 when we saw sales, we saw which ones were profitable, we went ahead and duplicated them and then went ahead and made a lookalike. Well, the problem was when I did that and I launched it, I accidentally broke my checkout. So when I was I put in a code on the checkout and it made it to where someone couldn't click submit. And so the next day I launched the fresh ads. And so I'm gonna show you kind of what we're looking at and what I'm looking to do to pivot, because there's a little bit of things that we gotta tweak. And so let's just go ahead and hop into it. All right guys, we're back in the account. And so what I wanted to quickly show you is actually what we are going to do from here. If you notice, it'll say that the campaign is off, but we had a 25 ROAS on this, 5 ROAS, 2.34. And so I want to show you kind of what was going on and what was really alarming about this and how we're going to change and switch. So this is actually going to be very good. So never in my life have I ever seen CPMs exceed, really $50. So these are $72 CPMs, yet we still, we're getting a really high click-through rate. So some people might say, well, look at your ROAS, this is really good. Well, the problem is that if I had normal CPMs where I'm still paying, let's just say on the high end, let's say I'm paying 25, 30 bucks CPM. Well, with the same cost per 1,000 impressions, I'm getting the same traffic, same quality traffic. I would then actually reduce my cost per purchase in half, if not more, a little bit more. So my ROAS could be 50. Of course, now this is spending very little, but that means I could double my ROAS and double how much I could spend. And so what this is telling me is that there's something wrong either with the ad, or there's something wrong where the pixel is simply not seasoned enough. And so I can go two routes. I could either go the common route of paying Facebook and paying more for data and trying to optimize and kind of finding the perfect audience. Or what I could do is what I actually did for this other account, and I did it one-to-one. And so I'm just actually going to quickly show you because this will kind of tie everything together. And so we're in the other account, and so what I wanted to quickly show you is I launched these campaigns, and this is for a completely different store, a different product, but it's still going to bring this point together. These are new campaigns, and if you notice with a lot of these lookalikes, we have cost per 1,000 impressions after only spending literally a dollar per ad set. We see that it's around $27 to $30, $16, $19, $16. This is really good. This is normal. This is what it should look like when you start, because then as you keep going, yes, your CPMs should drop, and more of the reason why is because you'll get more engagement. You'll probably be showing it to more relevant people unless your ad is completely horrible. And so this is what it should look like. And so unfortunately, that's not the case. And so what we've got to do is probably season our pixel. So what I did for this account is actually very different. I set up Google Ads first to completely season the pixel. And then as I was setting up my text ads and shopping ads and everything, I went ahead and got my initial data, and then I set up a retargeting campaign. And if you look right here, you'll notice that we spent $4,000, $5 purchases, and we have a 7 ROAS. And so my retargeting campaign is really profitable, and this is the easiest way to make really easy money, in my opinion. And the reason why is because Google traffic is so good and so hyper targeted that it's seasoning your pixel with literally the best audience. And so that's exactly what I'm gonna do with the other product. I'm gonna go ahead, I'll take it to Google, test it out, set up the retargeting campaign, and then I will go ahead and relaunch it and then have Facebook find me those good converters and that good audience. And so there are definitely so many different ways you can pivot with a campaign. And so you need a lot of tools in your tool belt. But in order for you to use any of those tools, you need to know how to dissect the campaign. So if you notice, when I was in the beginning of the video, when I was looking at that campaign, I did look at the ROAS, I did look at the cost per click, and I did look at the click-through rate. But I also looked at the CPMs, because even though I spent only a couple dollars on that ad set, and then actually the day before when I spent $70, it was still high CPMs, that immediately told me that there's some tweaking to do. And so with this method, we're literally going to be launching it on Google using text ads. So I'm going to briefly go over actually a little bit on how we can actually do that and how you can do that for yourself for maybe a product that you want to push a little bit harder or get a little bit more data on that's actually high quality. Now, to set up these Google ads and text ads, it's very extensive. And so I can give you a broad overview right now, but if you want a little bit of a more in-depth, over-the-shoulder kind of training, let me know. If I get enough requests, I might do it, but it is very extensive. But the broad overview is you are going to find terms in your niche that is related to your product, and you're going to start bidding on long tail keywords. And so basically what that means, for example, instead of bidding on terms that's 2 words, you want to bid on terms that's 3 to 4 words. And so you're going to find pretty much search volumes anywhere from literally 100 searches a month all the way up to 1,600 to 2,000 to 3,000 searches a month. And the reason why you want to go for the low and high is because if you're trying to optimize your budget and not spend a lot, then you're probably going to have to stay in those low competitive search keywords, because that's going to be easy sales, it's going to be very profitable, and it's going to season your pixel very quickly. And so you're going to go ahead and set those up. You're going to set them all up in your ad account, and you're going to launch them, and you're going to have it around, well, and you're going to have it around $50 a day between all of those ad sets. Now, I like to start a little bit higher, but $50 a day is pretty much the minimum. Even though it seems high, it's really not for Google, because this is very good traffic, and plus you're going to have a lot of different ad sets, because once again, we're doing single keyword ad groups. And so overall, you're literally just trying to find relevant keywords. And so it's very easy, it's very profitable. And if you are shipping from China, which actually this product is shipping from China, you can actually target regions all over the world. You can target, of course, the big 5, and then you can target regions outside of that. And so you have a lot of options to play with. And then after you get a lot of data, and after you see kind of which keywords are working, what I actually do is then I take those keywords and I duplicate that campaign and I go over into Bing ads. So there's a lot of different strategies to go to, and kind of what I wanted to explain in this video is that there is always so many different options you can do to change a campaign that might not be doing so well, and do one little tweak and it'll completely change the entire game for you. And so this is what I've been doing for regardless how many other campaigns I've launched. You've always just got to look at the data, see what the data is telling you, and just act on that. And so for my conversion rate for that landing page was well over 10%. So I know it wasn't my landing page. It was a very good landing page. And my ad, well, mentally I thought, well, look, I have a good CTR. If I let it run even longer, I would have seen the relevance score. But maybe it could have even optimized normally, because Facebook would, understand my audience. But like I said, we're doing things differently, because I've noticed that this actually works a lot faster, a lot better, and it's a lot easier. And so I'm pretty much going to be getting paid to get data. So that's why I go the Google route. And anyway, look guys, I hope this was helpful, but I also hope this kind of gave you another insight of what you can do to make your ads profitable. It's not always about dumping money into Facebook. Sometimes you have to do things differently, and you just have to shift and kind of change your angle just slightly, and you will see the light at the end of the tunnel. You'll get your first sale, second sale, 100th sale, and then you can start scaling from there. So guys, I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Talk to you soon.